Lately, it feels like no matter what you do, you still can't get ahead. You make more money than you did a few years ago, but somehow your bank account feels worse. Groceries are insane. Rent and mortgages feel impossible. Insurance keeps going up. Eating out feels like a luxury. And even people with good jobs are quietly struggling right now. And the craziest part? A lot of people still think they're the problem, when in reality the entire financial system around the middle class has changed. In this video, we're going to break down why so many people feel broke in 2026, what's actually happening to the middle class behind the scenes, and the biggest financial traps silently destroying people's money right now. Because once you see the full picture, a lot of what's happening in the economy suddenly starts making way more sense. And honestly, some of these trends are a lot worse than most people realize. Reason 1. Housing costs are consuming too much income. The biggest pressure on the middle class right now is housing. And it is not just rent. It is mortgages, insurance, property taxes, utilities. Everything connected to housing became more expensive. Now here is why this happened. Over the past few years, housing demand increased while affordability got worse. Home prices rose rapidly in many areas, and then higher interest rates made borrowing far more expensive. That combination crushed affordability. Let's make this real. A person buying a $350,000 house a few years ago with lower rates could have had a manageable payment. In 2026, that exact same house can cost hundreds more every single month because mortgage rates are higher. Same house, completely different monthly payment. And renters are feeling it too. Landlords are paying more for mortgage costs, repairs, insurance, property taxes. So rent rises to cover those costs. That is why an apartment that was $1,400 per month can now cost $1,950. Now think about what that does to a middle-class paycheck. If someone earns $4,500 monthly, and housing alone takes nearly $2,000, almost half their income disappears immediately. Before groceries, before gas, before debt, before savings. That is why people feel trapped. Now, here is where many people make things worse. They keep trying to maintain the same lifestyle they had years ago, even though the math changed. What smart people are doing? They are reducing financial pressure where possible. Smaller homes, cheaper areas, lower unnecessary expenses. Because in this economy, flexibility matters more than appearances. What this looks like. After 30 days, you identify exactly how much housing is consuming monthly. After 60 days, you reduce enough spending elsewhere to create breathing room again. After 90 days, your finances stop revolving entirely around surviving rent or mortgage payments. But housing is only one part of the pressure. Because the second thing destroying the middle class in 2026 is the rising cost of everyday life. Reason 2. Everyday expenses rose faster than most incomes. This is the part people feel every single day. Groceries cost more. Gas costs more. Eating out costs more. Insurance costs more. But this did not happen randomly. Businesses are paying more too. Fuel costs affect transportation. Higher wages increase labor costs. Higher electricity prices increase operating costs. And when businesses pay more to operate, customers pay more too. That means you. Let's make this real. A grocery trip that cost $110 in 2022 can now easily cost $160 in 2026. That same fast food meal that used to cost $9 now costs $15. Car insurance that used to be $120 monthly may now be $185. And individually, those increases may not seem life-changing, but combined, they quietly destroy cash flow. An extra $50 on groceries, $40 on gas, $65 on insurance, $80 on utilities. That is already over $230 extra every month. Almost $3,000 yearly gone, without changing your lifestyle at all. And this is where many middle-class families feel exhausted. Because they are not spending recklessly. Life itself just became more expensive. Now here is the dangerous part. Many people respond by using debt to survive. Credit cards, buy now, pay later apps, personal loans. And that creates an even bigger problem later. What smart people are doing? They are tracking spending much more carefully now, because small leaks matter far more during high inflation periods. What this looks like. After 2 weeks, you notice exactly where prices increased most. After 30 days, you cut unnecessary spending that no longer fits today's economy. After 60 days, you stop losing hundreds monthly to unnoticed spending leaks. Now, once rising housing costs and rising everyday expenses combine, the third problem becomes the final hit to the middle class. Because this is why even people getting raises still feel broke. If you want to understand how money is actually changing in 2026, make sure you are subscribed. Reason 3. Energy prices are making everything worse. This is the hidden problem making the middle class feel squeezed even faster in 2026. Energy prices. Because when oil and energy costs rise, almost everything becomes more expensive. And most people do not realize how deeply energy affects the economy. Here is why. Global energy markets became unstable because of supply disruptions, geopolitical tensions, and rising transportation costs worldwide. That pushed fuel and electricity prices higher across multiple industries. And when businesses pay more for energy, consumers eventually pay more too. Let's make this real. If diesel prices rise, shipping companies pay more to transport products. Grocery stores then pay more to stock shelves. Restaurants pay more for ingredients. Delivery apps charge more. Factories spend more manufacturing products. That is why energy inflation spreads through the entire economy. An electricity bill that used to cost $140 monthly can suddenly become $210 during energy spikes. Gas prices that once felt manageable now cost significantly more every week. And this creates a chain reaction. Because energy is connected to almost everything people buy daily. Now here is the dangerous part. Most middle-class families cannot absorb these increases anymore. When housing is already expensive and groceries are already expensive, higher energy costs become the final pressure point, squeezing monthly budgets even harder. What smart people are doing? They are becoming far more careful with unnecessary driving, delivery spending, and high energy expenses. Because in high inflation economies, efficiency matters. What this looks like. After 2 weeks, you notice how fuel and energy costs affect your entire monthly budget. After 30 days, you reduce unnecessary energy-related spending and free up extra cash flow. After 60 days, your finances become less vulnerable to sudden price spikes. So when you combine all 3 problems together, housing costs taking huge portions of income, everyday essentials becoming more expensive, and rising energy prices increasing costs across the entire economy, it becomes clear why so many middle-class families feel financially trapped in 2026. The economy changed fast, and people who do not adjust financially are feeling that pressure the hardest. You cannot control the economy, you cannot control inflation, and you cannot control housing prices. But you can control how prepared you are. You can control how much debt you carry, how much waste leaves your account, how valuable your skills become, and how flexible your finances are. Because in difficult economies, flexibility becomes power. So, yes, the middle class really is under pressure in 2026, but the people who adapt early will be in a much stronger position later.